Okay, good day, guys. You're welcome again to my channel, and it's Joshua the designer, and I'm here to give you amazing content on engineering designs and as well civil engineering designs. And I like that you use your like button and also subscribe to my channel so that you may catch up with all of my releases as soon as I have them on board. And today I'll be taking you through a very short and interesting tutorial. And if you check through the channels in one of our recent posts, we have a beginner tutorial into AutoCAD software. And the last one was the first one, and now I'm going to give you an advanced set of it, which is the second tutorial on AutoCAD software. And I'll take you through few things, and I'd like that you pay attention. Please do well to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also share with your friends that should get better. And today I want to show us few tools that we can use and that will be very useful um, for everything we'll be doing on AutoCAD software, and it will help us attain professional skill to engage our designs and our drawings. So the first that will be showing on to us is ortho and polar. Ortho and polar. There is something we call ortho and polar. By the time I have my lines, I showed us that lines, how to draw lines in our last tutorial. I showed us how to go about lines. Once you click your line tool and you come here, you have activated the line up function. Then my line can either be drawn straight line. You can see that there is a particular track my line is following, and this track is because my polar tracking is on. There is something we call polar tracking. It's because my polar tracking function is on. So there is a way you can work with polar tracking, and there's a way you can work without polar tracking. And how is it about? So by the time you use your function keys and you press F10, F10 automatically deactivates or activates your polar tracking. So you notice that while I pressed my F10, the track has disappeared. So let me do it again. Let me press my F10. Then you see that we have our track back in position. So that is to say that our command F10 controls our polar tracking to activate or either deactivate it. Then what's the function of this polar tracking? I might decide to have a line straight, a straight line, and I don't want to stretch myself. I want to make it easy for me to have my straight line in a very short way. So let me show you what I'm trying to say. So assuming I want to make a straight line, now I can't tell well how that this line will become straight because I don't really know where the straight function is unless I pay attention, and it's going to take me a lot of time to be able to determine how straight my line is and drop it at that point. So instead of wasting a lot of time, by the time I use my F10 auto to activate the tracking, so you can see that it's also automatically giving me a straight line. So this is the function of auto polar tracking rather. So polar tracking can actually help you draw a straight line on either plane, on any plane, whether straight or not. So this is what I mean. This is what I mean now. So if you have your F10 polar on, then you use your line, you can draw this and have and follow any track. Did you see? It created you a line that is still continuous to this previous line and still straight and parallel to that line that is on that particular track. It's giving you a continuous line that is still straight to the previous point that you are working with. So that is the function of polar tracking. Okay, so the next one I'll show to you is auto. So this auto, it gives you a perfect straight line. You won't be able to navigate beyond the straight line. So how do I do that? You use your F8 command. F8 command. So by the time you press F8, is either it activates it or deactivates it. So I have my auto command now activated. So you see that you are only allowed to work on a parallel plane on either the horizontal or the vertical plane. You can't go angular. It gives you a straight line on the horizontal or the vertical only. But unlike the polar tracking, which allows you to draw a straight line on the horizontal and straight line on the vertical and also on any angle, and you still have a straight line. So that's the difference between ortho and polar. And again, I'll tell you, to activate your polar, you use your F10 function. But if you want to activate your ortho or deactivate it, you use your F8 function. And that's very simple. And in the last tutorial, step 1 of 3 of the beginner's tutorial on AutoCAD, I showed to us how to have a polyline and a line, and I showed on to us the difference between these two set of lines, this kind of lines. And you can do well to check our previous tutorial on AutoCAD 1 of 3 for beginners, and you'll be able to catch up with that. Yes, so the next one I'll be showing, I think I also showed us how to come about your circle, and that's fine. Now I want to show us how to go about lines, arcs. Now, we've previously obtained, or we now know how to obtain lines now. So, but I want to take us progressively on how to have our arcs on this line. Okay, now we see there is a function here. This is arc. This is a tool for arc. Did you see? So I want to create arc on this line. So I can click my arc, then select the first point, which is the beginning. Then I select the second point of the arc. Did you see? So if you are creating arc between the first point and the last point, you just click the first and click the arc. Let me take you that again. You click the first point, then you click the second point, which is the last point. Then you can automatically drop it. Oh, can we have that again? I have my lines already. I click my arc. I pick the first position, I pick the second, then I have my arc. So that is the arc that I have. Now, but there are several ways of obtaining your arc. When you use this drop down button below your arc, you discover that we have start, center, and end, signifying of the fact that you can have your arc this way. Let's try this. Start, center, and end. Did you see? You discover that the first one I did had a deficiency, sort of. I click the first one and I click the second one, and it won't be able to give me this kind of arc if I drop it at this end, because it's going to give me a parallel line. But if I extend it beyond that point, that is when I can have my arc. Did you see? But this one that I showed to us, the second option for arc, can actually give me my arc from the start, center, and the end. Start, I have my start, I have my center, oh, I have my start, the center, oh, is not activated yet. Yes, so you see, and the end. So that is what we have now. You click, so let me explain arc all over again for everyone that was unable to get it in the first instance. When you select this second option for creating arc, you select the first point and select the end. Then you select the first point, select the middle, which is the center, and the end. And the end. So you can have this as you wish. So that is how to go about your arc on AutoCAD. So you can, the function of this is numerous, but when you come to the live experience with your drawing, you'll be able to use one ahead of others. You'll be able to choose which one is appropriate to use per time. And that is where the experience comes in with constant practice. Okay, so the next one I'd like to show you is the rectangle tool. That is, I can come ahead and use my rectangle tool. This is a rectangle tool. So I select the rectangle, then I have it. This is rectangle. So you will believe with me that I can really create many other things inside this triangle. And of course, I taught you how to create circle. You can come click your circle, then click any position on your rectangle and use your circle. Click another. You can just design it as you want. Then you can come around and use whatever it is. You can just decide to be creative around it to ensure that you know what you're doing. Okay, so that is just the rectangle tool. Click the rectangle, come to your environment, let's click, move your mouse, not drag it, not drag the ball, just move the mouse flexibly. So you just dress and you have your circle, then with this, then we have another. Okay, so having done this, I'd like to show you how to move. Of course, I showed us in the last tutorial how to pan our drawings, how to move environment, and I showed to us that you have to hold down your ball. You hold down the ball, that is the roll ball, in between your mouse. Then you try to drag. Now, when you do that, what happens is that the cursor changes. You ensure that you are using. Okay, this is pan here, but if you don't want to use pan here, you can basically use your move tool. When you click your move tool, you select either this, then you press enter, so you can move. Select the object, select move, then you can move. Or you select move, select the object, press enter, then you move. Again, you select the tool move, you select the object, you press enter, then you move, then you drop it. So that's how to go about it. Now I showed us how to erase in the last tutorial. You can do well to check the erase tool. Then to rotate, we can rotate all of these at once. We can rotate all of these at once. So let's see. To rotate now, you select what you want to rotate. I want to rotate these two guys. Now then, this is the rotate tool here. You click it, then you come to your environment. You click any point in the environment, then you can rotate. Did you see? So you can rotate as you want. Then once you are satisfied, you can just drop it. So, and I want to show to us mirror, but because before you can have a correct mirror, you must have a reference plane, and mostly a reference plane is created using a line tool. So when I create a line tool, I select the environment. Then if I want to have a straight line, and I showed us how to have a straight line, you can use your auto, then you can drop it. So we have this. Now I want to mirror one of these, so let me delete this so that I can mirror this. So mirror tool is to create a particular drawing, typical drawing, on the other side of the plane. So as I'm having this on the right side of this line, I can mirror this particular object which is on the right side of this vertical line, or this diagonal line rather. I can mirror this particular object on the right hand. I can mirror it to the left side with either deleting the object or still having the object to remain on that side. Okay, this is what I mean in essence. So I can click, select the object, then this is the mirror tool. Then I click mirror, Now this plane of reference that I just created, I'll click on it anywhere on the reference line. Then I move the line and ensure that it is straight. So when I do that, I just let's click. So I have my object on the left hand. Now, but this thing will ask you a question. It will ask if you are to erase your object, the source object. If you want to erase the source object, which is this one highlighted, or you want to retain it. So if you want to delete it, you can press Y, just Y, then enter, deleted. But if not, you highlight this, use your mirror, select anywhere on the line, then drop. Then you press N for no, then enter. So you have the two objects in place. Now I'll show you another tool. I would like to show you the fillet tool. So assuming I have a line here and I have another here, and I discover that I need to join these two lines together to have a close end, I can use my fillet tool, which is this. So I click on it, I select this, and I select this. You select the first one and you select the second one, it closes that gap and forms a fillet at that corner. Okay, so that's fillet. So I'll show you offset. I want to show you how to offset a line. So if I have a particular line and I want to create series of this line, and I don't want to keep copying or moving, so I can just create an offset. So to create an offset, you would either use, now I would create a particular tutorial where I can show you how to use certain commands. Yes, after this tutorial I'll do that. But now I'm trying to show you all the tools that you can see right on the bar. Now I'll use this tool, offset tool. I right click, left click. Then it asks me that how much do I want to offset, that I should offset, I to specify my offset distance. Okay, I want to show you something. Yes, so this is the line I want to offset, right? Then I click my offset distance, my offset rather. So it asks me to specify offset distance. So specifying offset distance means that you should tell the program how much distance you want between this existing line and the next line you want to create. So that could be, for example, 1.2, which is 1.2. So I drop it. So this is now the distance between the previous line and this existing line. So let me use a very large distance so that it can be more clearer. So this is what I want to set. I click this, then I press about, oh, our unit is actually different, so we have to respect that too. So let me actually put about 7 6, let me put about 10. So I have this. So that's the same line created with a distance. So I can also continue by let's clicking on the new one and showing it whichever side I want to have the offset. I click, I can continue to do that until I'm satisfied. I can continue to do that until I'm satisfied, So that is how offset works. Now with all of these things, I would like that you practice this on your own. If you have any difficulty, please use the comment section. I'll be right there to wait for you and to give you what you need to get better and to get improved. Now, I want to encourage you, please like this video, subscribe to this very channel, and share this video to your friends that should get better. As well, next tutorial, I'll be showing to you how to create a 2D object just like this, a 2D drawing just like this. So I want you to stay connected use the notification bell so that you get the notification as soon as I drop the next tutorial for you. Thank you for hanging around. I am Joshua the designer, and my business is to make you better in all things that pertains to engineering. Bye. We'll see you next time.